I mean this in the most absolute respectful way. But Fantasian is finally out, and we can play the game with Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth battle music. Here, take this track in real quick.
Shall we?
Eat this!
And the best part is, you can cycle through all of the tracks seamlessly while you're in battle from the skills menu. Check out Final Fantasy XVI now.
Night impact!
Hammer!
Boss battles, dimension battles, and normal battles all feature different music from whatever game it is that you have selected. And there's a good variety of recent Square Enix releases in there. And also, hard mode is the best way to play this game right now. Special thank you to Square Enix for sending me an early review copy of Fantasian Neo Dimension. Everything in this release gets even better, especially now that it's available on a lot more platforms, from Nintendo Switch, PC via Steam, PS4, PS5, and Xbox. In a crazy sort of merge, we can see the father of Final Fantasy reuniting with Square Enix on this complete version of Fantasian. Now, let me elaborate on that. Hironobu Sakaguchi, 3 years ago with his company Mistwalker, released Fantasian originally, which was playable on Apple Arcade devices exclusively, and released in 2 parts a few months apart. I played it originally on the channel here using an Apple TV, paired with a DualShock 4 controller with a Bluetooth. The experience is really great in that way, but not a whole lot of people were able to check it out for themselves, due to the exclusive nature with the Apple Arcade subscription. Now Square Enix is giving us an opportunity to enjoy this and their fantastic handmade diorama backgrounds. Seriously, the backgrounds trailer and seeing how this game was created in that way gave me a whole new level of appreciation towards it. The game had a great turn-based system complete with turn orders as well as battle-unique mechanics where your attack trajectory can hit multiple targets depending on how you curve or line up your shots. It has some really satisfying conclusions as well, with the slow-mo explosion whenever you defeat a boss. And we got to see Sakaguchi team up with, once again, his longtime friend, the legendary Nobuo Uematsu, who did the soundtrack for this game. Let's say the fathers of Final Fantasy teamed up for this one. It always felt like it was lacking something though. Well, in this release of Fantasian Neo Dimension, we have some great revamps, new additions, alongside with multi-platform release, finally allowing us to play on Nintendo Switch, PC via Steam, PS4, PS5, as well as Xbox. It's important to note that on the PC version, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Xbox version, you can actually enjoy the game in 4K now, which is a really great change. But the biggest reason you need to try out this game now, or come back to a second playthrough of it, is the fact that the game is both voiced in English and Japanese now.
I started regaining my memories, little by little. And all along, we all fought together. Because we knew nobody, not even a god, should get to mess with our world. What kind of monster was that?
I really don't like how it smells around here.
Bacteria draws in not only human life, but human emotions as well.
The game has implemented voice acting entirely, which I can't lie, completely changes up the entire experience this time around. I was able to play and get to where I left off on my original playthrough when I first played this game a couple years ago. And funny enough, I was attempting to kind of speed run to that moment, so this way we can get a full review of the game. But the new voices completely revamped the experience entirely to the point where I found myself not wanting to skip ahead and instead just take it all in again from the beginning. Which again, if you played this before, you definitely want to give it a shot with the voice acting. The actors do a great job with their lines. Also, hard mode gives the game the much needed urgency that I didn't really feel previously. So overall, the game's in the best possible state, I think. And hard mode is also selectable from the very beginning, which I can't recommend enough. The enemies not only get more aggressive, but they target your more valuable characters like healers and will prioritize your teammates with less HP, which absolutely does make the gameplay way more engaging. Having to pre-plan and use your items to heal up instead of just steamrolling through enemies constantly, I really do enjoy this difficulty curve. From what I played, the difficulty of the AI scaled really well as I progressed further in the game and got more levels. The music in Fantasian was already really well done. Obviously, with Nobuo Uematsu at the helm, you can expect nothing less. So many tracks remind me of Final Fantasy VIII personally when I played it. But now in this complete version of Fantasian, we can cycle between the recent Square Enix releases in battle. And in addition to Final Fantasy VII and 16, you'll see the Pixel Remaster is also listed here, as well as Final Fantasy XIV. Well, the reason for that is because Yoshi P co-produced this release, which does explain why him and Sakaguchi have been hanging out a lot over the last 3 years playing Final Fantasy XIV, because 3 of his games are here in the music tracks with Endwalker, Dawn Trail, and Final Fantasy XVI. Between this and the newly added voice acting, this game has been completely revamped in all the best ways. Each different type of battle will play a different song from your selected series, so be sure to check them all out in boss fights, dimension battles, and random battles. And comment down below what's your favorite one, because I don't want to spoil for you guys what some of the selections are. Some of them are really exciting and interesting. I will say though, I'm not a big fan of the Final Fantasy VII Remake random enemy encounter battle theme being the Bombing Run intro song. Listen, I love that song, but for random encounter battles, which happen quite a lot, it has a very long startup until the song begins, and some fights might be done before the song even starts. But in Dimension Battles, it chooses the main battle theme for Final Fantasy VII Remake, which you'll be using Dimension Battles a little bit more often, at least when you unlock them, so it's not a bad trade-off. If you're an RPG fan and you enjoy turn-based battles, Fantasian was already a really solid game for you. But now with these new additions and enhancements, it's even more of a title I can't recommend enough for you guys to try out. Fantasian is now available on virtually every single platform now, from Nintendo Switch, PC via Steam, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Xbox, and the game releases on December 5th with full voice acting, a versatile soundtrack, better difficulty options, and a lot more to offer. If you're excited to try this out, or if you've already been playing it, I want you guys to comment down below what you think of it, and let's get a discussion going.